Hello everyone and welcome to P-2, the video where we explain the level 2 path for the tier system. And what is essentially P-2? P-2 is our attempt to structure a little bit more of the full tantric practice because you already went to P1, right? You already went to P1 or you are being practicing at a P1 equivalent. So we have four topics in this video: what it is, the focus of the practice, the path itself, how we have structured, and the format in which we're going to teach it. And to understand P2 and to answer what it is, we need to think, okay, what was P1? P1 was the basics, right? You went and took Buddhist pratimoksha vows, which are like the basics for all Buddhism, the four seals and everything. Then you went a little bit further on and you took bodhicitta vows, and then you learned about emptiness and compassion and so on. And then you capped it off with the gate to the Vajrayana, the Guru Yoga. So you already went to the gate, now you have to dive deep. And the main practice of Vajrayana is, as you might already know, deity yoga. So in deity yoga, we practice not generating a guru, which essentially connect and we gain the enlightenment of that guru, but we become the deity ourselves. This is going to be the focus of this level. However, while this level is all about those deities, we had this discussion with Lama Shrem. What do? We do one deity only? Well, that it can work, but it's somewhat reductive for people that perhaps do not have such a karmic connection with the deity. Or do we do a lot of deities, right? Which can be good, but it takes time to teach, and then the groups are very small, and everyone is practicing something different, and nobody can practice together. So we structured this all about the deities, but three deities in particular, three forms of the Buddha Vajrasattva, which it's the Buddha, probably the most important Buddha, the Vajra being, right? The Buddha that is in charge of purification and enlightenment in all its facets. We start first with single hero Vajrasattva. We're going to do 2 lessons a month because they're going to be meatier, they're going to be longer, and you need to have more time to practice. So this goes for 4 months. This teaches you the basics of Vajra practice, and also this is a mantra and practice that appears in almost any sadhana, at least just in the purification part. So you're going to be very well served by learning it. Now, after those 4 months, you're going to have a further empowerment, this time of Hiruka Vajrasattva, the wrathful consort having Vajrasattva, and we're going to focus on special purifications, special inner purifications of the channels, the chakras, and we're going to look a little bit about tantric theory of illness and how this works. After having done this for 2 months, if you're willing, you're going to be able to be admitted in the Bolter Fetter Vajrakilaya, the secret Vajrakilaya of our Kula, which essentially it's a extremely wrathful form of Vajrasattva. And this is a deity that's used for sorcery, for obstacle clearing, for purification, and has a lot of practices. It's a very extensive Vajrakilaya practice, probably one of the most extensive ones, very much like the Northern Treasures, but even more complex with more dharmapalas and with more wrathful practice. So this is going to take us 1 year, and we're going to take it pretty fast, so it's going to be a lot. But I think that this alignment with Vajrasattva is key. Why is that? Because you have three versions. If you perhaps are not so much a fan of peaceful Vajrasattva because he's very peaceful, you have the more wrathful forms, and vice versa if you're a fan of more peaceful forms. And Vajrasattva is pretty much a key practice everywhere. You can look at any sadhana and it's going to have a Vajrasattva mantra there, and it's going to assume that you know the Vajrasattva practice. So we say, let's skip to the chase, right? And let's try to teach you the basics of Vajrayana with the most basic of deity, which forms the core of the practice itself. So here is how we're going to present it. We're going to present it each deity in depth. You're going to have 2 lessons per month, and you're going to have a dedicated forum for each deity. Once you finish this, you can go on to P3, which is the highest level of practice for, which is the practice level where we're going to talk about dream yoga and all the inner yogas and soaks and everything else. Or we're going to have more options available once you finish this if you do not want to engage in a more yogic way and you'd rather keep this on a, let's say, sorcerer's level, right? You're still doing practices for enlightenment, but if you're not yet ready to commit to being a gapka or a nagma or a lama, or going very hard into the yogic practice, this is a good level to be because you have access to deities, you have access to text, you have access to sorceries, and you have some access to completion stage practice. Now, how do you qualify for this? Well, there are two ways. First, you can have completed the P1 practice, right? In those cases, if you have completed it, it's automatic. You just let us know that you want to, and you're welcome to join. In the case that you haven't completed it, but you have been doing practice, especially if you have completed marathons of deity yoga already with us, let us know and we'll include you. The idea is that if you is the first contact with deity yoga that you're going to have, our advice is get P1 first. If you already have experience with deity yoga, be welcome to join. And so, thank you so much. I hope this is helpful. I hope this explains. If not, you can always contact me, and I'll try to do my best to clarify any points that are still a little bit wonky. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.